G'day, guys. How are we going? The Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is live. It's been live here in Australia for, I don't know, a good good 10 hours now. And I thought that what we would do is we would go and have a look at some deals that are currently happening for ham radio operators. Now, if you're not familiar with what Amazon Prime is, if you've got an Amazon Prime subscription, you can get some deals which happen over today, July the 11th, and tomorrow, July the 12th. And there are some pretty good ham radio deals. I was doing a bit of research earlier on, and there's some pretty cool stuff that has come out. So we're going to go through that tonight. Before we begin, though, just a note in the description below and in the chat, there is a link to some of the deals that I'm going to discuss on the live stream. Those links are affiliate links, so they don't change the price for you. If you follow them, then I may receive a commission on purchases. So just full disclosure there. And that does not change your prices, but any commission that is received is greatly appreciated, and it goes back into the channel so that we can do more ham radio videos. So that's pretty cool. So that's in the description and also in the chat. So check that out. So we'll be going through those anyway. So if I miss anything, I'll make sure that I put it on onto there. So it'll be in the Ham Radio DX Amazon store. So hello to a few of you guys there in the chat tonight. I can see that we've got some of our members in there. Hello, Andy. Andy always is always in the chat. Good to see you too, Steve. Ben's there too. Hello, Ben. Tony finally caught alive. Good to see you. Nick. Hello, Nick. And Ronnie saying nothing's on the wish list is on sale. Well, maybe there might be something tonight that we find that you might be interested in. So let's see how we go. And g'day there, Darren as well. Okay, so now for my VK viewers. Oh, and hello, Whiskey and Tea, W1TEA Kevin. Thank you very much for becoming a YouTube member. We'll play a little bit of intro music for you there. So thank you very much for becoming a member. Really, really appreciate it, and thank you for the support. For our VK viewers tonight, just a little bit of a disclaimer with this. So all of these are on Amazon.com. Amazon.com.Australia, Amazon.com.au in Australia is a little bit annoying. It's regionalised, so some sellers don't use Amazon.com.au, so you won't find a lot of the ham radio stuff on there. But it might still be possible to get some in on some of the deals. So what you need to do is you need to, up in the top left-hand corner there, you'll see I'm using a shipping forwarder. So you can use a shipping forwarder from the US. So you can pop that address in there, or you can put in any sort of shipping address in there for a shipping forwarder address. Or there might be some that do ship on the Amazon international, what do they call it, import, the international import. So you might be able to get in on some of these deals. So if it says that it's not available, you might need to look at a shipping forwarder. It's one of those annoying things about Amazon, which is a bit of a bugbear with me. But anyway, these are all on Amazon.com. Just to let you know. So you can still purchase there, though, if you're in Australia with most things. Recognize the music. Yeah, cool. And hello to Karinya. Am I saying that correctly? Karinya, VK6 MRG. Good to have you in. All right, so let's have a look here. So as I said, there is a link in the description below, affiliate link for those who want to check that out. So I've got some bits and pieces in here, but we're going to go through a couple of these one at a time. There's a whole stack of stuff that's all listed in here. Some stuff that I own, some stuff that I want to get. I want to actually get it this week, well, not this weekend, in the next 2 days because they are on special. But a couple of bargains which I noticed have popped up. So the Zygu G90 is one. And so these are coming, I believe they're being sold by Radioddity. So Radioddity has quite a massive sale going on at the moment on their Amazon store. And $4.99 might not seem like a very cheap price, but I did notice here that it says here, now I'm not logged in with my Prime account on Amazon.com. I've got another account which I use, so I'm not logged in at the moment, but we can still view some of the Prime deals. You see here, add your 30-day free trial of Prime if you don't have Prime. If you do, you can buy this item now for only $3.99 plus free expedited delivery. So this is $100 off at $3.99. So I've also, seems like there's some promotions there too. You might also receive those. So the Zygu G90, I think this is one of the cheapest prices I think that I've seen it at $3.99. By the way, all of these prices are in US dollars. So $4.99, $3.99, $100 off if you're with Amazon Prime. So there's a link again. Go back to the store. Link in the description below, and there'll be the Zygu G90. So you should be able to see if you've got Amazon Prime. That should be $3.99. So the G90 is one of those radios which we've spoken about on the channel before. For those of you who know TO, Temporarily Offline, TO has done a lot of videos on them, and they seem to be quite nice radios. There's actually a club member of mine that's got one of these, and he loves it, especially for portable operation. So this one is coming from Radio Oddity, and that seems to be a pretty... I just noticed QRP sucks. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder where they got that stock photo from. But... yeah, so the G90 is on sale for $3.99, I believe. So ignore the $4.99 right here. Join Prime to buy this item at $3.99. So it's not a Prime Day deal as such, but it is on sale with Prime for $3.99, or that's the price with Prime. So Mark says AliExpress is still better priced. They might be, but it depends on what kind of seller you get from AliExpress. I know that Radio Oddity is a trusted seller and distributor in the United States and also internationally as well, so you can purchase this, I'm pretty sure, internationally. That might be an important thing for you as well. So obviously weigh all those sort of things up. On a similar vein is the Zygu X6100. Same thing. This one's about $100 or $90 off. It's $543 for the X6100, the IC705's direct competitor. Again, sold by Radio Oddity. And I'll just load up the tab there. We'll go to Radio Oddity store once we go through a few more deals that they've got, just to sort of have a look at some other stuff and see what they've got. But EA4 HWT, all my portable operations, including contests, are done with the G90. Yeah, it's nice. So this is the X6100. Again, I don't have this radio, but for those that I know who have it, they love it. TO's done a lot of videos on hacking it and getting all sorts of stuff running on it. Pretty sweet display, nice and portable, little 10-watt unit. Doesn't have the tuner. It does have the inbuilt, I'm pretty sure it's got the inbuilt sound card in it, I think. Yes, integrated USB control and transmission, yep. Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff. So think of a 705 on a budget. So, pretty cool. So that might be on your wish list to have a go with that. Hi, Steve. Hope you're well, and good to see you in the chat. I have to catch up with you sometime. We'll have to have a chat on the on Zoom or something. Nick, no, it doesn't have this X6100 doesn't have an ATU, but the Zygu G90 does. So yeah, do consider that. So the next item which we come across, and this might interest a few. I'm pretty sure, is this the next item? No, we got Radio Oddity. Let's move them off, and we'll go to them shortly. Pop that there. Okay, the Baofeng GT5R. So this is going to be really important for a lot of people because, as you would know if you've been following along on my channel, I've been doing quite a few videos on sort of cheap handhelds and all that sort of stuff, and there's been some question about the units that have issues with spurious emissions and all that sort of thing. And sorry, I have to display this comment. Seahorn, quick, got to spend my money before the wife wakes up and starts asking questions. Exactly. I take no. It's up to you if you spend your money, and you're going to be buying something tonight that's shown on this live stream. It's not my fault, just saying. But But yeah, the links are below if you want to check some of these out. So the Baofeng GT5R. Now this is the UV5R variant from Radio Oddity again, but this is the FCC compliant version, the clean Baofeng, and it is $21.60, which I think is the cheapest price that I've seen of this. I think I had a look earlier on Radio Oddity's website, and I want to say that it was like $40, I think, directly from them, because I don't think they have a sale on. No, it's not. I was wrong. $27. Okay, for that unit. So you can learn more about the particulars about this, but basically it's a UV5R, but a completely compliant version. So this is a Prime Day deal, $21.59 for a single unit. So yeah, Prime. So the GT5R, that's going to be, I'm kind of thinking that I might get one of these myself because, actually, I want to show that one off too, because yeah, I want to test this because I don't have a GT5R and I want to see the difference between that and my UV5R, which is over my shoulder, which I did a video on recently, which does not meet any specifications whatsoever. It's like really dirty. So, and the other thing with these is to make them compliant is that they will only transmit on 2 meters and 70 centimeters band. They won't transmit out of band. So that's the other good thing as well. So yeah, the Baofeng GT5R. Just looking in the chat, Bryce, for those looking for the G90, I think it's one of the ones that only shows up if it's shipping to a US address, so probably need a forwarder. Yep, probably correct. Shipping forwarders are pretty cheap now. Like as far as subscription fees are concerned, I think you can sign up for free for most of them. You just have to calculate the shipping. Considering that it's about $100 cheaper and probably easier than cheaper and quicker than what you're going to get locally here, or if you got it from AliExpress, you could probably afford, if it's like $50 to ship, you're still saving, $50 or whatever. To get it over here. So that's correct. Jan says, I have an X6100 and it does have a built-in ATU. Oh, was I wrong on that? Okay, might be wrong. The only Zygu radios that do not have a built-in ATU is the G106 and the old G1M. I thought the X6100 didn't, but you're right. You might be right, and I am probably completely wrong. No, you are right. It does have a tuner. I apologize. So for whoever asked earlier about does it have an ATU, the X6100 does. So cool. Bryce, I don't want to say who my US packaging forwarding service is because my current one has changed hands recently and I've had some problems with them, so I don't recommend them. So I'm going to be changing soon, so I haven't researched yet to find out who my next shipping forwarding service is going to be. I know that there is one called, I think is it My US? My US is one, yes. And is it Ship It 2? Ship It 2, yes. So My US and Ship It 2, they're the two ones that I know about, but I haven't researched them, so I can't make a recommendation there. Nick, Radio Oddity don't ship to the UK. Again, you'll have to check with a shipping forwarding service, I reckon, is probably the easiest way. So this is the Baofeng GT5R. Now, before you go run out and buy one, you might want to buy, not that one, you might want to buy 6 of them because they are on special again, 6 of them. So what was it, $21 each? I think it was. Yeah, $21.59 for one. So 120 divided by 6 is $20. So you're saving about $1.50 a unit. If you get, so what's that? Here we go, mathing on camera. $6 or $7 you're saving if you buy 6, and they come with this cool cradle, charging cradle, so you can charge them all at once. So you might have a club, or you might have with a bunch of people where you might be holding an event, like a club event, or you might have some. I know that we've got some young scouts that are passing their license soon, and as part of that, they get provided a radio. So if your club does that, maybe something like this, the GT5R, it's the compliant version, locked to 270, so you're pretty safe with all of that. So on special for $120, so 20% off. Again, another Prime Day deal, which is great. So that might be an option, and it comes with the programming cable and everything like that. So that's pretty sweet. I'm kind of a bit tempted to actually get more than just one, but anyway, I might be able to give some away potentially. I think that's what I'm thinking about. So yes, the GT5R. Let's move on here. Just close that one down. Now, this is a bit of a comparison one. So this is another Prime Day deal. This is not a Radio Oddity Baofeng. This is just a standard. Oh no, maybe it is. It is a Radio Oddity Baofeng. So this is a UV5R Plus, but I don't believe that this is the compliant version. So it's a bit of a who knows what you're going to get with this. Roughly about the same price if you get it in the black. Again, I haven't tested this version, so who knows? But maybe you're safer to get the GT5R, and then that way you know that you're going to be good. But at least with this one, you get all the different colours and stuff. So the camouflage one, just don't drop it in a bush and you'll lose it. So yeah, red, yellow. So there's all of the different colours of the Plus. Might come with a few extra features. I don't know what the difference is with the Plus. Maybe a bigger battery or something. 1800 milliamp hour. No, a couple of maybe. They're mostly all the same almost. Just going through. Oh, okay, metal shell. So here's the comparison with the GT5R, 5 watts. Yeah, VHF, UHF. These ones are unlocked. Chirp programmable. So yeah, they're almost all the same. Just looking in the chat, David, I don't know whether you'll see 6 more Baofengs at the club next time you're there. We'll see. Just as again, for those who are joining late, there is a link in the description and also in the chat for an affiliate link. If you use that, it will not change your price. But it may I may earn some commissions for purchases that you are making through Amazon. So I appreciate that if you are supporting the channel. Thank you very much. And Nick says, yeah, worked the ISS a couple of times with the UV5R, exactly. And yeah, Modern Patriot, the Plus is the metal chassis, so a bit more durable. Whiskey Tea, you bought the G90. Oh, we've already made purchases already. Excellent stuff. Hope that deal comes out with you. That deal you enjoy, and let us know how you get on with that deal. And yeah, I couldn't see the price, the $3.99 price, but it says there that if I signed in with my Prime account, that it would have. Moving on, the next stuff, we're still on Radio Oddity now. This is the GD88. This is a DMR and analog HT. So this one is interesting because I've actually got this unit. It's still in the box though. So Radio Oddity actually sent this to me before I went to Hamvention, so a little while ago. And I need to do a review on this. I want to do some tests on APRS. And I also want to do some tests on DMR with it. So that's the unit there. So that review is going to come very soon. But if you've been after one of those and you've already looked them up and you're interested, the GD88 is on special for $175.99 Prime Day exclusive. Andy says it's a great radio. So If Andy says that, I reckon I trust trust what Andy says. So there you go. Okay, 424 with tax. Okay, not too bad. Get it Thursday. Nice. Macro Seal just ordered the 6 radio charger for the Baofeng. Oh, sweet. Cool. So you just got the charger. That is excellent. Hello, Chris, as well, who's just joined. Good to see you. So, yeah, the GD88, I've got to go and research this a little bit more and see some of the features in it. The APRS I did look at because that's what I really wanted to have a bit of a play around with. It looked a little bit convoluted, but, you know, I need to sort of look at it a little bit more. I think you got to do some funky programming with the software to get it to go. But anyway, we'll see how we go with it. And I'm going to be active on DMR, so that's going to be good. It says crossband and cross mode repeat. Not sure about if it's a full crossband repeat. Someone might be able to let me know in the comments if it is. But I know that it's got a whole stack of features in this radio, so I think it's actually even cheaper than it normally is too, because when I looked, oh look, there's Mike and Lewis and T.O. and Dave. Popular in the ham community. There you go. Oh, Radio Oddity in general. How come they don't have my photo up there? Come on, Radio Oddity. What are you doing? I haven't done enough reviews for them. That's probably why. So, yeah, so the GD88, we'll see how we go with it. But it looks pretty schmick. I've pulled it out of the box once to have a bit of a, just a bit of a look at it, but I haven't looked at it in detail. So anyway, $176 with Amazon Prime on the Prime Day deal. So check that out if you're interested in those. We'll come back to, I think so that's the end of our Radio Oddity stuff. Is this sold by Radio Oddity, this radio? No, this is Baofeng Tech, a UV82 HP. So these are $55. So these are slightly more expensive than the GT5R. Different colors as well. I think this radio is, up to 8 watts out. So those GT5s are 5 watts. So these ones apparently will do 7, 8, 5 and 1 watt. A little bit beefier, like case, bit bigger. This one's obviously what are they calling this? A transparent case? No, camo case. Yeah, it is. It is a camo case. It's not transparent, but you can get the different colors. I read somewhere, someone said that this radio is actually clean, but again, I guess it's one of those things that all depends on where you're getting it from. So, a bit of a luck of the draw sometimes. So maybe that's, if you're not worried, if I don't recommend radios unless, I think that they're decent. So, you make your call on whether you think that it's worth it. But anyway, they've got the UV82, UV82s here, which is again another deal, which I don't think this is a Prime Day deal, but I just noticed that it's 44% off. So it's the lowest price in 30 days. So anyway, you might be interested in that instead. What have we got here? Andy says, yes, it does crossband repeat. So that's the GD88. So, yeah, nice. Jason, did I say TO? Oh, dear. I hope I didn't say TO. So, there you go. The Baofeng. Cool. Moving on now to some... let's go to Radio Oddity here. And I want to go to their store. No, that's not how I get there. No, let's go back this way. Because I want to show some of the other deals that they have, which are Prime Day deals. Come on, why can't I get back to the Radio Oddity store? Here we go. This will get me there. Okay, so they've got some other deals going on as well. I don't think their 10-meter radio is on a Prime Day deal, which is the QT40, which just recently come out. So that's pretty much normal. They do have, let's open up DMR, ham, HF. For the heck of it, let's have a look at GMRS as well. Here we go. So these are some more Prime Day deals. They've got the other DMR handheld as well, which says it's a 10-watt handheld unit. So that's interesting. I don't know much about this one, the GDAT10. So you've got that as well. I know someone who's got that radio, but it's not on special. What else we got? Maybe a spare battery for the GD88. So they're those ones. I think they were digital. Let's have a look at analog. I did a review here on the GA510 a little while ago. This is an analog unit. Analog, I purchased that last year. The GA510 10-watt unit. So I've done a video on that if you want to go back onto my channel and look for that later. $48. Not too bad. Discounted by 30% for Prime Day. Comes with 2 batteries and the programming cable, which is, I think, a little bit different than normal cables. And this is a pretty decent unit. It's, pretty rugged. So they've got the GA510. The GS5B, I know a few people who have got those as well. So they're also on special for Prime Day. A couple of other units there. So check out the Radio Oddity. Just go onto my Prime link below and find a Radio Oddity radio down the bottom here, and you can have a look at their store. HF, I think we covered all of those, and there's not really anything for Prime, but we covered the G90, which I think we've already had whiskey and tea in the chats. Decided to get one of those. Hello, Jeff from the West Coast, US. It must be relatively early there in the morning, I would imagine. Lee, I tell you what, I'm not a home shopping channel. I can never understand them either, but welcome, because you might get a deal. So who knows? GMRS. So there's a couple of GMRS radios here. The GM30. Look at that $30 radio. That's not too bad. So if you're after a cheap GMRS radio, oh, this is a lightning deal. Okay, so this is currently running at the moment. So I think lightning deals. Am I correct in saying that they have to get to 100% before they're actually honoured? I think that's right. Or is it there's only so many? That might sound, I think, more plausible. So $30 for the little GE MRS unit. So you might be looking at something to get there. Yes, Rick, my light is being an absolute pain behind me. I need to fix that or get another one. And if you want to find out more, obviously, all of the information is down the bottom of these listings, which they duplicate from the Radio Oddity website. So all of the specs on what you get. Oh, look at that, USB-C charging. Sweet. And all of the... There's Randy. And there's Jason. Oh, Jason again. And in actual fact, Jason's going to be doing an Amazon Prime live stream at lunchtime today, lunchtime Central Time, I think. So check out Jason, because Jason's going to be having some other deals that he'll cover as well, I'm sure. And I think the Coffee and Ham Radio boys, they're doing a stream in a couple of hours, I think. So check them out too for anything that they've discovered, because I'm sure there's something that I've missed. But GMRS little unit is on special, and all the software and the manuals and stuff, they're all on Radio Oddity's website. So check that out. I'll add that to the Prime Day list, so that for those who are looking for it later on can find it. What else have we got? We've got a couple of mobile radios here. So $88 if you want to pop one of those in the car, DB20. So they've got some other ones here. Nothing really else. Prime Day. So that's Radio Oddity and some of the specials that I found with them. A couple of other bits here which I've got to show off is the 150 amp power analyzer. I've got one here which basically one of these, you use them to put between your battery and your load. So you can measure in real time the voltage and also the current draw, and it gives you the wattage, and it'll handle up to 150 amps. So you can see there that you've got the screen. It's pretty cool. Pretty essential really. To if you're going out portable, maybe you're doing POTA or SOTA or something like that, and you can plug this in to see the state of your battery. So grab one of those there. They're $12.31, so they're pretty cheap. They're on special for Prime Day. Seahorn's talking about the GMRS radios. Got two of those for my daughter and I, and they work really well. USB-C charging, sweet. So that's good. Brian, okay, only so many. Once it's got to 100, it's gone. Yeah, I thought that was the case. I'm trying to remember. I think maybe it was eBay. eBay ran something weird a little while ago, which confuses me with some of these deals. And I'm pretty sure that eBay ended up doing, it was something like there was like 100 or 150 units, and they were like super cheap, but you wouldn't be able to get one unless they all sold, which was really strange. So anyway, that's what confused me with the Amazon thing there. So yeah, Colin and VK, exactly the same, talking about the number of discounts. So that GM 30, what is it? 2% of them have gone for the Lightning deal, 2% claim. So jump on that because that's pretty good. So $12 for the little meter. So grab yourself one of those. Ben, I hope I mentioned at the start of the stream. I think I did that. These are in US dollars, so you have to adjust for Australian dollars. If you do buy from Amazon.com and you ship to an Australian address, and they do ship there, or even if you're shipping to a mail forwarder, when you go at the checkout, it does give you the option to give you the price in a different currency, and you can select Australian dollars, and it will tell you. Of course, that'll vary depending on what your payment method is, but yeah, the Australian dollar unfortunately is not that good against the US dollar. But all of these are in US dollars because we're on Amazon.com. So that's the meter. One of these. Now, T.O. got me onto one of these. I bought one here a little while back. Let me just go to this camera. A little MMDVM board. I'm going to pop this onto a Raspberry Pi so that I've got myself a little hotspot. And they are, again, they're not. It's not a Prime Day deal, but I just noticed that they, even though there aren't Prime Day deals on everything, there's still deals out there. So here we go. We've got one for the MMDVM board. It's 17% off, and it's $48. So this is the little OLED one. I think there's another version without the OLED board, which might be a little bit cheaper. But anyway, I came across this one, which you might want to set up a little hotspot on your Raspberry Pi if you can get hold of a Raspberry Pi at the moment. In actual fact, while we're talking about Raspberry Pis, they are on Amazon. And then again, they're not in a Prime Day deal, but they are $75, which it's a little bit on the hexy side for a Pi. They do have the 2 gig version as well, which is $66. But yeah, you don't need a Pi 4. I think those boards run on a Pi 3, Pi 0W or a Pi 3. I don't even know actually if they do run on a Pi 4. Supports Pi 3. So there you go. So if you've got compatible with Pi 4. So if you've got a spare Raspberry Pi, you can set up a little digital hotspot there. So that's going to be in a future video actually. I think T.O. and I are going to set that up. So that'll be good. So Whiskey and Tea, what does a hotspot do? So what this does is it's a multi-mode. I believe it's a multi-mode hotspot. So this plugs into a Pi. You then connect it to your network, and then you can use your radio, your digital radio of choice, DMR, D-Star, Yaesu System Fusion, C4FM, to connect to it, and then you can talk to the other hotspots around the world, connect to other hotspots, connect to other repeaters and connections using those modes. So, like a multi-mode digital board, hotspot board. Naz, thank you very much for the videos. It's been helpful just starting out in the hobby. Fantastic, Naz. Hopefully you get to find something of interest tonight. So again, just reminding you, link in the description and also in the chat if you want to get some Prime Day deals. So back on to my Prime Day deals here for the link that is below in my page. A couple more things here. I found this in high endurance card. This is 20% off. It's $7. You know, a couple of dollars saving. 32 gig card. I mentioned this in a recent video about All-Star, but this is applicable to anything really that requires a Raspberry Pi or an SD card of some kind that you might be building a hotspot. I use the SanDisk cards. This is a 64 gig version. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because of the high endurance cards, they last a little bit longer. The problem is if you use some of the cheap SD cards, they'll corrupt and then you'll have to rebuild the whole thing, whereas the high endurance cards, they're meant for dash cams and security cameras and stuff like that. So anyway, there's a card there, which is a Samsung, reputable brand, Pro Endurance card for $7. So you might want to jump on that. Here's another thing that I've got, and it goes hand in hand with this. So this is, I bought this last year. This is a crimping tool for Anderson connectors. So there's my orange handled crimping tool. This is fantastic for when it comes to crimping Anderson connectors. You don't need to sort of fiddle around with the improper tool. This one is $22 for the Anderson connector crimp tool. This will do the 15, 30, and 45 amp connectors. It doesn't come with the connectors, but you can get the connectors here. This is a Prime Day deal as well for $18. So not $19, 15% off. So this comes with a bunch of, 96 connectors of all different sizes. So that's pretty good, pretty good deal. A few bucks off, so pretty good ratings as well. So that looks like it's the quality stuff. Of course, there's some other ones here that you might come across that you might want instead. So yeah, but these crimpers are fantastic. So they're in there as well in the store. We covered the Baofangs, we covered that, the pies. Okay, so I noticed earlier on that a couple of other people were asking about Nano VNAs. Well, they are on special as well. So let me just bring those up and a couple of these other tabs. And we'll come back to some more bits and pieces there again in a second. So we've got now, so I believe that this one is not a Prime Day deal, but I'm just putting it in here because it is the lowest version that you can get. This is the entry-level version of the Nano VNA. I've got one somewhere. This is the Nano VNA H. I believe this is the intro version. I might be incorrect in that. So this is $60. So that's 10 kilohertz to 1.5 gigs. And this is the one that I have, which is $129. So I added this, $130. So I added this in again because it's 19% off. Normally $160. You can probably get these on AliExpress. But yeah, again, you know, you get the free returns, especially if you've got Amazon Prime, you get the expedited delivery. You're not waiting like a month for it to turn up. And, you know, if you have problems with it, you can return it. So, you know,
horses for courses, those kind of things. Happy Ham says that $39.99 on RNL. So yeah, the entry level one's probably cheaper to get it from there. But I just thought that I'd point it out. Metal Halo. What about the Tiny SA? Yes, we're getting to that. So this is a Prime Day deal. So let me go back. So this is the Tiny SA entry level Tiny SA, the portable one. Again, another Prime Day deal for $68. So the Tiny SA is basically a small little spectrum analyzer. So you can input an antenna, or you can hook up your transmitter through an appropriate attenuator, which I've also got listed here, which we'll go through. And you can basically look at the spectrum. And this is very handy. And if you watched some of my videos, I've done some spurious emission tests on some of these radios, so you'll be able to do these yourself. The other thing that we did too the other day was the Smoke and Ape and I were on ham radio crash course, and we were talking about service monitors and test equipment. So this might be an essential piece of test equipment in your shack. So when we spoke about this the other day, this is the 100 kilohertz to 960 megahertz. This is the entry-level portable Tiny SA. Ape said the other day that he wouldn't even bother getting this anymore. He would get this one, which is the Ultra. This is 100 kilohertz to 5.3 gigs, and this is the one that I'm looking at getting because I want to be able to measure power output of my transverters and my high gigahertz stuff. So this is $208, so it's more expensive, but again, you get the extra frequency coverage of the Tiny SA Ultra, and you get a couple of extra features as well. It's a larger touchscreen, I believe, hooks up to the PC as well. So you can go through and have a look at this. I'm not going to cover all of the specs and everything that you get as well. I thought I just saw one of those Sigilant tracking generators on special, but I didn't. So these are on special as well. So I might get one of these, I think, because I want to have a fiddle around with this and compare it to my other spectrum analyzer. So, and plus I've only got a spectrum analyzer that goes up to 1 gig. So if I can get a spectrum analyzer that goes up to 5.3 gigs, that's going to be fantastic. Now, I mentioned earlier that you can see there that there's a warning where it's got plus 6 dBm RF, 5 volts DC max, so you can't put any more than plus 6 dBm of RF into this, which I think is 0 dBm is 1 milliwatts. So what's that? 2 milliwatts, 4 milliwatts, 4 or 5 milliwatts, I think, just using quick maths in my head. So that means that if you hook up something like a 5-watt transmitter, you need an attenuator. So to go along with that, there's a couple of these attenuators. I'd probably just get a 40 dB. This is a 10-watt one, and this is $22. Again, it's not really a Prime Day deal, but you kind of need it if you're going to be doing these tests. Here's another one here for $20, 40 dB, 10 watts. It's good up to 3 gigahertz. So SMA connectors, so you can just plug it straight onto the Tiny SA, and you're good to go. So so $20. So you might want to grab one of those as well. Let me know in the chat too if you're finding this helpful and interesting, and if you've bought anything already. Let me know what you've bought. If there's something that I haven't covered that you found a deal on, then please let me know. But yeah, and again, these are all in the link below in my Amazon store. Lee, yes, sorry, the Ultra does have more sample points as well, so it's a little bit more schmick than the other one. But yeah, Ape basically said don't get the other one. He said it's not worth it. Moving down here, and there's a couple more bits that I just wanted to point out. So when I did my All-Star video the other day, some people said that they were having difficulty getting some of the Sherry pie hats from Kits for Hams. There is an alternative here on Amazon, so I just wanted to point this out. Again, it's not a Prime Day deal, but you can get them on Amazon, and this is the UHF unit, which is $90, which I think is around about the same price as the Kits for Hams version as well. So you can get this, and this plugs into your Pi 2, 3, 4, and this will do your Sherry Pi for also. Moving on again, and thank you, Rick. Yeah, I honestly, you could spend so much money, so that's the way it goes. Okay, moving on. Let's just check out some more of the ham deals before we go into some of the more electronic stuff as well, just quickly. So I want to show. Oh, actually, we'll do that one later. I found these deals as well. Let's load these up one at a time so that we can go through them. We've done that one, and we've done those. Yep. So this is a Prime Day deal. This is a little Morse key. So I got my first Morse key, which is currently in the post at the moment. It's being shipped here via my mail forwarder, but I did come across this little cool key as well, and they've got some other ones in this store. I just purely, I mean, I'm just beginning to in my Morse journey, in learning Morse code, but I just thought I'd come across this, and this was cool. Nice little key. It looks like all metal design, aluminium alloy design. So, $50 probably on the high side, I suppose, maybe for a key like that. But if it's something that you've been after, then you can have a look at that as well. So Prime Day deal for $50. There's a 50 amp benchtop power supply. This is $127 for sale on Prime. The one thing is, no idea how it is with RF with running your radios, but you might just want a benchtop supply, which would be fine for. So this is a switching supply. It's not a linear supply. It is a voltage adjustable supply as well. So yeah, you might be interested in that for a bench supply. I spoke about Baofeng's before. If 6 wasn't enough of the GT5Rs, then you can get the UV5R, a pack of 10. But, of course, you don't get the cool charging cradle and all that sort of stuff. So I'll probably go the GT5R. But, again, this is another Prime Day deal. But the Baofengs are, they're all on special because every seller wants you to buy from them. Whiskey and Teas bought the G90 Anderson connector pack, the attenuators, and the power analyzer. Oh, dear. I tell you what. Fantastic. You got to treat yourself at least. That's the way it goes. Don mentions about AliExpress, having those issues with refunds. So, but yeah, Amazon's pretty good, especially if you're a Prime. I think you can get free returns as well. Redivus have got a similar thing to the GT5, except they're slightly cheaper for $80. So you get the 6-way charging, and you get those. So that's from Redivus. $80 Prime Day deal, 20% off. The programming cable. So a lot of questions I got on some of my other videos on the UV K5, the Quancheng. By the way, the Quancheng is not on an Amazon Prime Day deal. About what cable to use. Now, this cable here is the Baofeng cable. So if you don't have one, so this is the one that I used to program the UV K5. If you don't have one, then they are on special here, and they're down by a couple of bucks. So, yeah, $8.22 if you want the Baofeng programming cable for the UV5R, but basically all of these radios plus the UV K5 as well. Naz says, what would you recommend for a base station directional antenna? What frequency? VHF, UHF, or HF? Not sure about what's available on Amazon, but we can have a look shortly and see if there is anything. Just a little a little lip mount here, which is also on special as well, $14 if you need one for the vehicle. Redivus have the RT95. I know someone that has this radio and they're very happy with it. So that's might be a budget mobile set for you for $100 for 270. So Redivus have that on special as well for Prime Day. Another UV5R. I don't even know why that's in there. Another dual pack, but I mean, there's no point buying these two. I mean, it says it's 8 watts, but it won't be 8 watts. I don't even know why that's in there, but anyway, $60. You're better off to buy the 6 GT5s for you get 3 times as many radios for double the price. Now, moving on to some other more niche-y bits which might interest you. So I'll open up some of these and we'll go through them quickly. So the first thing that I wanted to point out was I get a lot of comments on this microphone that I use. So this microphone here in the studio is a Shure MV7, and as you can see at the back, it's got an XLR connection, but it's also got, I don't know if you can see on the other side, underneath here, I can't quite get it in shot. There's another cable. It's a USB cable. So it's a USB and XLR. So what I do with this microphone, and I've done a video on this before, is my IC7300 is actually interfaced using the XLR into the 7300. I need to switch it around a little bit, and I need to put in an isolation box, and I think I need to put a cloud lifter in too, because you have to sort of crank the gain up on the IC7300 to get enough gain into it. I mean, it works perfectly fine. You just got to turn the gain up. And then I can also use it for streaming with USB. So this is the microphone that I use. It works perfectly fine for me. You might be able to interface it to your radio. Hi will make a whole bunch of cables as well. So this is the cable that I use. Go and check out my video because I speak all about this microphone and how I've interfaced it. But it is on special at $199, and they're usually a lot more expensive than this. This is the silver one, and then they've got the black one, which is $249, so a little bit more expensive for the black one, like mine. I think the SM7B is on special as well, which a lot of hams might also prefer. Is it on a Prime Day deal? It's 20% off, but it's $400. It's a little bit more expensive, but you don't get the USB on this. You only get the XLR. So yeah, but anyway, that MV7, which is back here, that's the mic that I use, and that's not a bad price. And Shure microphones are fantastic. And as you can hear by my voice, apart from the fact that I don't really think my voice sounds that good, it's a high quality microphone is what I'm trying to say. For those that are in Australia as well, this is also a Prime Day deal on Amazon.com.au. So go to Amazon.com.au. You can again, you can use my link, which is below, and you can grab yourself one of these too. Okay, Kaiweets. So Kaiweets are sending me one of these. I haven't received it yet, but I wanted to sort of make it known that if it's out there, and it looks pretty good for what it is. $39 for a soldering Kaiweets station. This is a temperature-controlled soldering iron. What drew me to it was, I mean, it looks pretty good. This is, they've got 2 new products, Kaiweets, coming out, and I've done a couple of videos on Kaiweets before with their multimeters, and they're pretty high quality pieces of equipment, really. They've got the little the alligator clips for holding circuit boards and stuff. So that's what sort of drew me to this. It was sort of like an all-in-one, with the base and everything solution with the little magnifying glass as well. They're calling it a detachable workbench sort of base plate thing. But yeah, temperature controlled soldering iron. I've got, again, one of these coming, which I'm going to do a review on. It just hasn't arrived yet. So yeah, this might be a cool little soldering iron. It's 60 watts, so that should be enough for most purposes for doing, general work. But for $39, that's like pretty decent for just a temperature controlled soldering iron. So that's from Kaiweets. They've got some more stuff on sale in the Kaiweets store as well. So check out what's in there. But again, I'm waiting for this to arrive, so I can't comment on how good those soldering stations are. But when I receive it, I'll do a full review. But anyway, they're on special at the moment. I have done a review on this though, and I have had I've still got this meter. This is a great clamp meter. I use it for DC current mainly, but it also doubles as a multimeter, as you can see. Again, this is a lightning deal, so 26% claim. So these are $38 for a clamp meter. I honestly haven't seen anything that comes close to this anywhere. It's DC clamp meters are a bit hard to find, but yeah, we'll measure DC current on the clamp, so that's pretty cool. So another Prime Day deal from Kaiweets. The KM601, I've done a video on this. This is a color screen digital multimeter, which I think they've actually done some improvements on, because this unit is a little bit different than the unit that I've got, but with the same model number. $37 for a decent multimeter, so that's pretty good too. Prime Day deal. So they're from Kaiweets. I think Kaiweets have some more stuff as far as their multimeters are concerned. Where's their deals? Here we go. So yeah, there's some variations of their meters on here. Maybe it's under their voltage testers. They've got these non-contact voltage testers too. So they're pretty good if you need those for testing. But yeah, Kaiweets fantastic, and I've done a couple of those videos, so you can go back and view those on the channel too. So they are what are sitting in my Prime shop, Prime Day store. So again, link below. So you might want to grab something from there. Just doing a search. These are the Prime Day deals. I might do a refresh on that because they're increasing all the time. At the moment, there's 700 odd Prime Day deals, and this will come and go over the weekend. So check it out. And if you find something again and you really want to support the channel, then again, thank you if you use the link in the description and in the chat, because I'd really appreciate it. So we did the GA510, so they're there. A couple more Baofangs, but again, I think the GT5 is the way to go, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get one of those, and some of those. There's a couple of other bits and pieces that I'm gonna grab as well over the next couple of days. These are pretty much all, Baofangs now. There's the TID radio programming adapter. I know that K8MRD did a video on that, and there's a couple of others, I think, that have done videos on those. So if you want to learn more about them before you purchase them, I'd go and view his video. What else have we got? So there's the GT5. I think that's probably one of the deals of the weekend. So you're saving $5, and especially if you get those, then you know that you're good. And they're a real good cheap unit, which are again compliant. And I just want to get one basically because I want to see the difference between them and a standard unit. So yeah, one of those. Again, let me know in the chat if you've got any of these already, if you're salivating over what you want to get. There was a question. Let's go back and have a look. So Naz said VHF and UHF. So the antennas that I have are diamond antennas for VHF and UHF. Not sure if they're available on Amazon. An X50 is one. It doesn't look like the... Oh, Well, that sort of looks like it, but it's not a diamond. Diamond or Comet are the ones. But I probably wouldn't get them off Amazon. I'd probably get them from like Ham Radio Outlet or DX Engineering or somewhere like that. But just out of pure curiosity, there's some here, but I can't really recommend these because I've never used them, and you don't really know what quality you're going to get. So, yeah. Nah. They look like this, but they're about the same price. So go and get a diamond or a Comet. Yeah. Yeah, World Money Wins. I have a comment from HRO. Comet and diamond. So an X50 is the smallest one. The Comet, I think is it GP3? No, that's an HF antenna. I can't remember the Comet equivalents, but you'll find them. They're just little VHF, UHF base station antennas. That's what I'd recommend. So, yeah, there's about 20 pages of deals. Most of them are just handheld radios, but there might be something like these connectors. I don't know if I'd get those connectors. GP3. Oh, I was correct. There you go. Frequency counter. Don't really know much about those. But yeah, I've put pretty much all of the deals that I think that I've found thus far. Again, they might roll on in the next couple of days into my store, which is below. So if there's something that you want to pick up, I do have one of the, not this particular unit, but I do have something similar to this, the little magnetic antenna, which might be good on the car, which you can use to plug into your HT or to a mobile radio. So these are $12. You know, I've had varied success with the one that I've got. Again, I don't have this particular one, but it's always good to just check out the ratings. You know, it's kind of 50% 5 stars. I don't really know if you'd want to get one of those. I do have one of these though. These also come. These are also called Abri antennas. They're not too bad. Just don't get the massive one, which is this one, the 42.5-inch one. Don't get that one. It's too long. It folds over on itself. What's this one? Is this the shorter one? 31 inches. Even that's still pretty long. But yeah, these are pretty cool little tactical antennas, and they fold up and they work pretty well. But yeah, the super, super long one, it's like, you know, it's massive, you know, 40 inches. It's like, whew, it's over in the pile there, but of stuff which I've got. But yeah, you might want to get one of those. I think they all come out the same factory, and the ratings are, you know, pretty good on them. So, but I've got the Abri ones. These are Bing Fu. T.O., I've mentioned your name about 6 or 7 times tonight. I've been pointing people to your channel about some different reviews that you've done and videos that you've done. So everyone go and check out T.O.'s channel. And there's a Prime Day deal on one of these, the little DVM boards, which we're going to do a stream about, right? So you can get one of those. And plenty of Kaiwheat stuff as well. Cruising on down. Let's see if there's anything else that stands out. And yeah, Teo's popped his link in the chat. But yeah, check out Teo's channel, as we were saying earlier. Well, there's one of those. There's one of those magnetic antennas, $8. Yeah, I don't know. You can try them out, see how they go. Oh, these are good. If you want a little speaker mic for the Baofeng, so you might want one of those. The Baofengs come with the little headset. But yeah, the GT5, I think that's probably the deal of the day. Cool. Naz is going to check out TO's channel. And again, Coffee and Ham Radios is going to be streaming in a couple of hours with some more Prime Day stuff. So check them out, and I'm sure that and Jason as well, and there's probably going to be others too. Well, money wins. Almost worth buying 10-pack of UV5Rs, flipping 9 of them on eBay to end up with free radio. Well, you probably wouldn't have to flip 9 of them. You probably only have to flip like 2 or 3 of them because they are relatively cheap. So yeah, there's a lot of this stuff. Oh, thank you, Rick. Yes, that was on Sunday. I appreciate that. So again, there is a link if you want to grab any of this stuff. I didn't really come across anything else that sort of stood out. I mean, there might be something here. I did see this Morse decoder, but not sure how it works or anything, so I can't really recommend it. Sort of a cheapo antenna analyzer, but I think you'd be better off investing in something like a Rig Expert or an MFJ or something. I don't know if there was any power meters as well. I think I might have saw a power meter on a Prime Day deal. Yeah. So one of these, the PM120s. A couple of guys use those. In actual fact, I think TO might have one of these. So $60. So that's also on a Prime Day deal. Let's add that to the list. And that's probably about where we're at, I reckon. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff here. Oh, I know one thing that I did forget to cover was, yeah, TO Shawcom. They come in a whole bunch of different names, but I think they're all pretty much the same out of the factory. At least most of them are. CB radios. So don't normally cover CB on this channel, but I did see some CB deals. So there's a few CBs here. Radio Oddity again have Prime Day deals on the CBs. Cobras. So there are a couple of these that are sort of hanging around. So you might be able to grab a cheap CB if you're interested in that. John, you are completely correct. We are pretty limited on the Prime Day stuff as far as ham radio is concerned, and even in general, we don't have a lot of choice here. Let me open up these and see if these are Prime Day deals, which is a real pain. Some of the stuff on Amazon.com is available, but a majority of it is not. So that's why the shipping forwarder, and if you can get a decent deal like this, and some of this stuff you actually can't get in Australia, so or get it shipped easily to Australia, so it's probably worth investing in a shipping forwarder and getting a whole bunch of stuff, and then you save sort of on the shipping too, rather than just getting one thing at a time. Exactly right, TA. So that what do you say? Is it Wushan or Woxen? We say Woxen. So that's not on, and the talk pods are not on special. So there you go. So let's just refresh our list again, and we'll just go over it real quickly so that we can recap. So there's some pretty good accessories, some stuff in here which I think a couple of you guys will be interested in. These GT5Rs, I think again they're the deal. I think I'm going to grab myself some of these, especially the 6-pack for $120, $20 a radio, plus the charging bay. So that's good with the programming cable. You can also get them for the individual price as well. We've already had, I think Whiskey and Tea's been spending up big. Kevin's been spending up big. And it's more like Usheng. Oh, okay. Thanks, Heath. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce half these things. It's like the classic joke with Baofeng and Baofeng, however you say it. And then when you listen to how they say it, it's nothing like that. Big Jim. G'day, Jim. How are you, mate? He's Osheng. Okay, I'm just pronouncing it incorrect all over the place. Jim's going to be with Tio later on Coffee and Ham Radios, going through some more Prime Day deals. So check them out, and there'll be some more deals coming up, I'm sure. So Kev's bought, I think he's bought a G90 and some other stuff tonight, so that's good too. So yeah, you guys, if you find something again and you're interested and you'd like to support the channel, then there's the link. So I really, really, really appreciate it, and thank you for using those. And hopefully you guys get a deal and experiment with something. I'm particularly interested in getting one of these tiny SA Ultras and having a bit of a play around with these for my transverter stuff. So yeah, there's some pretty cool, good deals out there. So that's Prime Day. Let me know anyway if you do grab something in the comments below. I'd really be interested to know what you're purchasing. Maybe there's something on this list. What I'll do for those who are watching later on, because we've still got like 2 days worth of Prime Day deals to come. If there's anything that pops up that I think is of interest, I'll put it here into the store. And you can refresh that page again, link below, and these are affiliate links, so any commission that's earned goes back into the channel. And so refresh that page, and you might come across another bargain. So thanks, guys, for watching tonight. I really appreciate it. Good to see you guys in the chat and spending some money. World money wins. World, good stuff. You're putting stuff in your cart. Excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And again, the prices don't change for you, so that's great. FEP working hard for the man. You're not going to be able to stream? What? Oh, Coffee and Ham Radios won't be the same. That's upsetting. Look, we said that we weren't going to mention this. So apparently, T.O., I was scrolling through a deal, and there was a picture of Jason, and for some reason I said T.O., apparently. Allegedly. Someone's going to have to clip it, because I'm not sure if I actually did do that. So I do apologise. T.O.'s not typing in the chat, so maybe he's not listening anymore. Buy all the things, yes, and no worries. Thanks, Brian. Hopefully you guys have found something. Again, Prime Day is a lot more fun if you're in the United States, but you might be able to grab something if you're in VK. So I apologise, Rick. Yeah, that's one of those things. Just make sure you spend it on a card that's not easily detectable. Sorry, T.O. I do say sorry. All right, guys, 73, and thanks again for watching. Appreciate it, and hope you guys get a deal. And again, check out Coffee and Ham Radios later on, Ham Radio 2.0. There'll be a couple of other guys too, I'm sure, that'll be releasing Prime Day deals. Keep an eye out on my page, because there might be some other stuff that come up. 73, and we'll see you whenever we see you.